So we're going to finish reflections today. In order to do that, you're going to need to tear pages 75 and 77 out of your book. I'm writing this right here, so just in case you didn't hear me, but you don't need to write it in your notebook, so we're going to glue right over that. So tear out pages 75 and 77. From 75, from 75, you are going to need numbers 5 and 6, and you're going to glue them right there. From 77, you need number 8. Just kidding, number 9. And just number 9. No instructions. The reason you don't need instructions is because if you grab the instructions, you're going to cut off something else we need. Skip a line, just one. I skipped almost 2 because this is crooked. And glue number 9. All right, and from page 78, the back of 77, you need number 12. And again, just number 12, not the instructions. We cut them out, so we don't have them anyway. Okay. So skip 2 lines, glue in number 12. That's all we need from our book. You can wad up those pages, throw them away. You got those 3 things, 5, 6, 8. So 5, 6, 9, and 12. Then you were good to go. I'm going to get rid of them, give you a minute to glue them in, and we're going to actually work on these. You're going to need a straight edge like you did yesterday. We're going to have to count slope today, which means I'm going to talk more about, remember we were reflecting across y equals x and y equals negative x yesterday. I'm going to try to make that a little more simple today because it was not yesterday. All right, so let's look at example 5 and 6. This is where, since these are not actually on a coordinate plane at all, we are going to have to reflect across these lines, okay? In order to do that, I'm going to write down some steps. We are first going to find the slope of L, okay? Then we are going to do the opposite reciprocal. I should say find the opposite reciprocal. Three, we're going to draw the image. The reason it was so hard to do all this yesterday is a few things. First of all, the slope wasn't hard to find. What was hard to find is because the way the picture is drawn, you actually see this is hollow, so it's easier to see. It was not hollow on yesterday's stuff, and the picture gets really confusing. But it's going to be a little better today. So I'm going to slide this over. We're going to do these steps over here, and then we're actually going to graph it. So first of all, let's find the slope. Number 1, let's find the slope. Slope of this line, let's pick 2 points that it crosses. So down 2 over 1, negative 2 over 1. I do want you to write that down. That's the slope. Number 2, find the opposite reciprocal, and then we'll do the opposite reciprocal. You'll see what I mean. The opposite reciprocal slope is flipping this 1/2. It's negative, the opposite is positive. This is the opposite reciprocal slope. I'm very sorry that you have not seen any of that because something just happened. I have to find out how much you have and have not seen. Okay, just to recap so I don't have to restart that whole video. I know you've glued these in. I know you've heard me talking about it, but let's make sure you've got it written down and understand what I'm talking about. This says number 1, find the slope of L. Here is L, okay? I found that slope. -2 over 1, because it's rise over run, so we went down 2 over 1 from left to right, so I wrote that down, -2 over 1, okay? Then we found the opposite reciprocal. Opposite meaning it was negative, now it's positive. Reciprocal meaning 2 over 1 gets flipped to 1 over 2, okay? That's what we've done so far. I'm sorry about the little mishap. I might be able to edit it out, but I'm not sure if I'm going to try. It depends on how much is there. Okay, now let's draw the image. Here's what I mean by draw the image. A is currently sitting here. I need to use the slope to determine where A is going to be. Okay, so I have 1/2 is what I'm going to need to do, meaning I would go up 1 over 2. The problem with that is I need to get back to this line. In order to get back to this line, instead of going up 1 over 2, I'm going to have to go down 1 over 2. It's still 1/2 though if I graph from here to here. Okay. Notice I went down 1, left 2. To find where A prime goes, I do the exact same thing. Down 1, left 2. A prime is right here. Let's do B. I have to go from B back to this line. I'm going to go down 1, left 2. I'm not to the line yet, so I have to do it again. Now that I'm to the line, I do the same thing. I went down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. I have to do it again 2 times, because that's how many times I did it to get to the line. B prime. C. Down 1, left 2. I went just 1 time, so I'm going to do it again. Just 1 time. And there is C prime. I reflected over that line without a rule. Connect and shade it in. We're shading it in because, as you can see, it's kind of a mess. It's going to look like that. That's okay. I do not have a rule when it's not a line that is on the coordinate plane. Okay? But this image right here is my answer. Let's do number 6. If you understand, pause the video and try it on your own. If you're still a little fuzzy, then watch us do it together. Okay? First, find the slope of L. This is L, not that it labeled it. Let's count here to here. Went up 3, right 1. So the slope is 3 over 1. The opposite reciprocal. It's negative. No, it's positive. We're going to make it negative. And we're going to flip to 1/3. Meaning, A, to get to the line, I would go down 1, right 3. I only had to do that 1 time, so I'm going to do it 1 more time again. A prime. Okay? Let's do it again with B. Here's B. Down 1, right 3. Do it again. Down 1, right 3. B prime. C. I can't go down 1 and right 3, so I have to do what I did over here. I'm going to have to go up 1, left 3. C prime. Since the line is right through the shape, you're going to have some points on this side and some points on that side. We're going to use our straight edge, and we're going to shade it in. Yes, it looks very messy, which is why you have to label everything. It's also why shading is a good idea. Here is my picture. That is what I did. We started with this, and we came to this. Now, if you're writing in pencil, you can't see on the video in pencil. It doesn't write dark enough. you could erase these lines when you're done making them so it doesn't look as bad as mine does, okay? All right, let's write the instructions for number 9 and do number 9. Number 9 is simpler. It's a good idea to pause it and try it. But the instructions say reflect the figure with the given vertices across the given line. Okay? So I'm doing the x-axis. I will graph the image first, the pre-image, sorry, and then reflect across the x-axis. So let's graph first. S is at 3, 4. T is at 3, 1. U is at negative 2, 1. V is at negative 2, 4. Now, pause the video, reflect over the x-axis. 1 unit away, 1 unit away. 4 units away, 1 unit away, 4 units away. Do not forget to label things. That is what gets people the wrong answers. You've got to label stuff. And here's my solution. Remember, solutions right now are different than what you're used to. They are pictures. They are images when you are finished. We're going to write a little note over here, something you need to know. If you ever see a line that says reflect over x equals, and then some number, that means it is a vertical line at whatever number it says. In case you forgot what vertical is, it's this. The line pointing straight up and down at the number. If you ever see a y equals, and it's not y equals mx plus b, it's just got the b part, it's just got a number, y equals a number, that means it is a horizontal line. At that number. You need to know those. It's on your quiz. We're not doing an example of it right now. So this is good to have. Memorize this. Know this. Understand this. Ask questions about it. Okay? All right, we're going to do one more example. Number 12. The instructions. Given that A prime, B prime, C prime is the image of, forgot a little triangle symbol in front of it, triangle A, B, C under a reflection draw the line of reflection right, something that you should know. Like I said, we could take in place and see what's going on. Is it here? No. Is it here? No. Is it here? Maybe. Is it here? No. We're thinking it's probably y equals x. Okay. But sometimes you'll have some that are not like y equals x, or something else. All right. Here's what we need to know. The distance between T and T prime is cut in half by the line of reflection. If the distance here is cut in half That's like finding the midpoint. So we're going to find the midpoint between A and A prime, and we're going to get a point. We're going to find the midpoint between B and B prime and get a point. It only takes 2 points to make a line. Once we have those 2 points, we're going to graph the line and see what it is. So let's find the midpoint of A to A prime. Let's list the points. A is at -2, 4. And we're going to say that's x1, y1. A prime is at 4, -2. Okay, so x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2 equals -2 plus 4 is 2, divided by 2 is 1. 4 plus -2 is 2, divided by 2 is 1. So I'm going to put a point at 1, 1. Okay, that should be halfway between these points. It is because we found the midpoint. Okay, let's see about the midpoint. B prime. One, 3, 3, 1. Okay. x1 plus x2 over 2. y1 plus y2 over 2. Can you see it? Yes, you can. Okay. 1 plus 3 is 4, divided by 2 is 2. 3 plus 1 is 4, divided by 2 is 2. Graph 2, 2. All right, and any 2 points make a line, so we're going to draw the line just like it told us to. It did not tell us to name the line, but we're going to do that anyway. This line right here starts at 0, 0. So if you have y equals mx plus b, b is the y-intercept. This starts at 0, so we wouldn't put anything there. Slope is up 1 over 1, so we write 1x or y equals x. Y equals x is what this line actually is. Okay? You need to know how to plug that stuff in and find out what the name of that line is. All right, you are going to go and finish the homework that was assigned to you. Ask questions. I know it's a lot of different stuff in this lesson, but you've got this. Let me know if you need help.